What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike, and today I was able to finish watching every single Best Picture nominee for this year's Oscars 2025. I don't know what number Oscar it is, or what number Oscars show it is, but still, the annual Oscar show, award show for movies. I watched all the Best Picture nominees, and I'm here to rank them today for you guys. So let's get right into the ranking. So easily for me, coming in dead last is Amelia Perez. I think most people who are, actually, logically thinking people would probably have this in last place. I don't know why this has gotten so many nominations because it's probably not going to win a single one of them, honestly. Maybe besides Best Supporting Actress and Best Original Song, but even then, the songs are terrible and the acting is pretty atrocious. Um, but my God, what happened with this film? It's just a awful story, awful characters, awful music. It's supposed to be a musical, but it's like they're talking and it's supposed to be a song. Like I didn't understand a single thing that was even going on, and it's like all like a trans story, and it's like I didn't get it at all whatsoever. It's just a terrible film from start to finish. I don't know why it's gotten so much recognition with the award shows. Terrible film. Coming in second to last, another one. It's a musical. I'm probably going to get yelled at because I really did not like this movie that much. Is Wicked. This movie, I think, has gotten way too much recognition as well. Honestly, I think it's insanely overrated. Um, I think the color palette is so drab for a movie that's supposed to be a predecessor to The Wizard of Oz, which is like one of the most colorful movies I've ever seen. Um, the costumes are okay. Some of the acting is fine, but I really did not enjoy Cynthia Erivo's performance as Glinda, and I didn't really enjoy Ariana Grande in it that much either. The music I thought was rather annoying. The set pieces are kind of cool, but like I don't know, like the costumes, the makeup, the set designs look cool. It's just the color palette is so drab. The music is not my cup of tea at all, and I wasn't a fan of the acting. So it's just not a movie made for me at all whatsoever. I'm not a musical guy by any means, but it is not nearly. I don't think it deserves as much praise as it's been getting. So, yeah, that's my opinion on Wicked. I've already gotten a lot of flack for it. Trust me, I don't need to be told I'm wrong again. Coming up next at number 8, this is where we get to the really, really good stuff because from here on out, I think these are all great films. Great to almost perfect films in my eyes. So, number 8 for me is a film that my theater played a couple weeks ago now, and was kind of a surprise that they played this one of all of the movies. I'm Still Here, the Portuguese, I don't know, Brazilian film that has been getting quite a bit of recognition for best international feature, which is pretty cool. And I think it's very well deserved because it is a very important bleak story that I think everyone probably should watch this film at least once in their life. It's a very sad story. It's based on true events, and I don't want to get into details about it because it is such a sad story. But everyone should watch this at least once. The performances are incredible. The script is great, and man, is it a very, very effective film. So I absolutely recommend everyone to check this out at least one time. Coming up next is Conclave at number 7. So this one, Edward Berger, he was the director of the All Quiet on the Western Front remake from a couple years ago. That was nominated for a ton of Oscars. And this one also has been nominated for a ton of Oscars. And I think this one is also very well deserved. I really, really enjoyed All Quiet on the Western Front. Thought that was an incredibly well made film. Conclave, I love almost everything about it except for the very ending. I don't love where it goes, but I think very much like, you know, the Oscars, like the awards it's getting nominated for and getting recognized for, very much deserved. You know, the performances are incredible, the score is fantastic, the cinematography, the editing is fantastic, the script is fucking awesome, very tight and like well crafted, and honestly, while I don't think it's a perfect film, I think it's just really, really great and definitely worth the Oscar attention. So it comes in at number 7 for me. Coming in at number 6 for me is going to be A Complete Unknown. Now, this is a weird one to me, at least, because this did not seem like the kind of movie that, you know, the Oscars would nominate for Best Picture, let alone, you know, a ton of the awards that it did get nominated for, which I'm pretty glad it did get nominated for so many things because I loved Edward Norton in the film, loved Timothy Chalamet, of course. Elle Fanning was great. Um, I don't remember the other actress's name, but she was great in it as well. You'll know who I'm talking about if you've seen it. But yeah, the film is, you know, is very well made. It's a long film, but the story it tells, it does a really, really good job at telling it, and I really appreciate that. Timothy Chalamet, like I said, he's great as Bob Dylan, and it's a very, very well done story, well executed, very good movie. Not the kind of movie that I would have expected to be nominated, but hey, I'm glad it did, and it's number 6 on my list. Coming in at number 5 might actually shock some people because I'm a huge horror fan, and this isn't even higher than it is already, but The Substance is my number 5. This is a huge surprise from this past year because it is, you know, a body horror movie that, you know, let alone any horror movie getting nominated for Best Picture, but a body horror movie in like the vein of David Cronenberg, that is awesome that it's getting this much recognition at the Oscars. I am, you know, so happy that something like this has, you know, gotten as much buzz as it has. While I think the movie's a little too long and I don't love the ending that much, I still think the film is immaculately made and I think is a very, very good film that if you're a horror fan, I highly recommend you check it out. It is a great film. It comes in at number 5 for my Best Picture nominees. Coming in at number 4 is probably a lot of people's number 1 that, you know, is like least likely to win just because you know, the Academy sucks and this probably should win because, you know, the director's a god. But, you know, Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 2. So the first one was also nominated for Best Picture, if I remember right. And I honestly do prefer the first part to the second part just because I don't like the ending of the second one. But really, everything besides the last like 15 minutes of part 2, I love everything that Denis done with this universe. Um, I think, you know, Denis was snubbed for not getting nominated for Best Director, whatever. And sorry, he he, he did a fantastic job with this film. Of course, you know, laying the groundwork once again, like out for this universe, like setting up more things, cool ideas, just amazing visuals. And man, I'm so sad that this didn't get more recognition because like it got, you know, disqualified for like so many things that I don't even understand why they did. Like score, for some reason it wasn't eligible to get, you know, nominated for it, which was weird, but whatever, Academy, whatever you say. So it still comes in at number 4 for me because it's a fantastic film from start to finish. It's just I don't, well, from start to almost finish, I just don't love the very ending of it. But hey, comes in at number 4. Number 3 is going to be another really, really important film, I think, for everyone to check out at some point. It is called Nickel Boys. Now, this is a film. It's, I believe it takes place in like the 1960s, around the time, you know, the civil rights movements were going around. And basically, it takes place with these two African American boys who get sent to like a segregated school. And they're trying to escape because apparently like there's like some sort of like killings going on, and there's like they're not getting fed well and stuff like that. So they try to escape, and it's a very important story that I think everyone should definitely watch this movie at some point or read the book that it's based on. It's a very bleak film, very depressing movie as well. Very well directed, very well acted, amazing cinematography and score and music. So it comes in at number three for me, only because it's a long movie. I probably would never rewatch it, but it is a fantastic film, and I loved pretty much every second of it. Coming in at number two for me is going to be Brady Corbet's The Brutalist. This one, I know a lot of people are mad about because apparently it used AI at some parts. Like, I think it was debunked at some point, but like, this movie was fantastic. It's basically, like today's The Godfather, where it's telling basically a life story of this guy who immigrates from, I believe it's Hungary, like around like one of like the Nazi populated areas in Europe. He emigrates from there, moves to the United States, and he becomes a world renowned architect and tries to get his family to move over once he has the funds to do so. And it tells this story in a 3.5 hour runtime that felt like 2 hours, honestly. It flew by so fast, for me at least. I loved this film so much. From a filmmaking standpoint, it is absolutely incredible. The music is incredible. The editing is awesome. The acting, Adrian Brody, I hope he wins the Oscar because he is so damn good in this film. And I loved every second of The Brutalist, so it comes in at number two for me. But coming in at number one was a film that I was not expecting to love as much as I did, and I don't think really anyone was expecting to love as much as they did. Especially people like me, where this doesn't seem like my kind of film at all. It's Honora is not my kind of film at all, where it's telling the story of a young sex worker who meets a rich, like monarch's kid and tries to get married. And once like the family figures out that they have been married, tries to get the wedding annulled and are trying to find this kid because he's ran off. And it is both heartbreaking, it is gut wrenching, it is hilarious. It has the whole array of emotions and is told through such a unique lens with Sean Baker's style, where from the beginning of the movie, it's very clunky by design, where it starts off, their life is kind of like a mess. Like Honora and this rich kid, their life is a mess. They come together, and it starts to like be a little bit more normal. And it also starts off with a lot of color in its palette, and it ends off in like a gray state almost, where it literally ends and like they're wearing like gray clothes and it's raining, and like it is so well done by design. It is just very, very, very well done. I love and respect that so much. So just from a filmmaking standpoint, I love that. But even then, Mikey Madison as the lead actress, she is incredible in this film. She delivers one of the best performances I've seen this decade and maybe ever. I think she's incredible. And honestly, she's just the cherry on top of why this is my number one. I love this film. One of my favorite films of the decade so far. Absolutely loved it so much. So yeah, comes in at number one for me. So there you guys have it. That is my ranking of the 2025 Oscar nominees. So if you guys have seen all 10 of them, or however many you've seen, just go ahead and let me know which ones, which ones have you seen and how would you rank them down below in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.